Hello, this is Brigadier P.S. Gotra, your host today. In this episode, I'll briefly cover the summary of J&K Ops in 1947-48. This episode will act as a bedding in for those who are going to read the Ops for the first time or even the second time, because you will get familiarized with the places and the events in that chronological orders. Since the comprehension is most important aspect, I have decided to put this into two parts. Today we'll be covering the first part. The second part will be covered later. So this part pertains to the ops in Kashmir Valley. On 22nd October 1947, the border town of Muzaffarabad was attacked and raiders commenced their advance towards the Kashmir Valley. The Punchi Muslims of the four J&K infantry rebelled and they killed their fellow Hindus in the unit and joined the raiding force. 23rd October, Brigadier Rajinder Singh, who was the chief of staff of the J&K state forces, deployed his forces in Uri. But seeing his forces being outnumbered by the raiders, he withdrew from the area after blowing up the bridge at Uri. In the rearguard action, when he was moving towards the Baramula at Rampur, Brigadier Rajinder Singh got killed. On 25th October 1947, Maharaja Hari Singh, the king of Jammu and Kashmir, left Srinagar for Jammu. On 26th October 1947, the instrument of accession was signed. Interim government headed by Sheikh Abdullah was established in J&K state. Also, the Defence Committee of Indian government accepted the accession of J&K state to the Indian Union. They carried out a review of the situation in the J&K state and a decision was taken to fly in troops to Srinagar. On 27th October, one Sikh was flown in Dakotas to the Srinagar Valley and they concentrated around the airfield by noon. Simultaneously, the headquarters 161 Infantry Brigade was also ordered to move to Srinagar Valley. Jinnah, who was the head of the Pakistan state, he ordered the General Messerve, the commander-in-chief of the Pakistan Army, to move Pakistani regular forces to Kashmir. Messerve informed General Auchinleck, who was in Delhi. On 28th October, one Sikh moved forward to Patan and made contact with the raiders. This party was consisting of the CO of the unit, Lieutenant Colonel Devan Ranjit Rai, and he had a platoon strength with him. In a clash with the raiders, Lieutenant Colonel Devan Ranjit Rai got killed. On 29th October, one Sikh party dug down at Patan itself. On 30th October, Headquarter 161 Infantry Brigade established control over operations in Kashmir Valley. From 1st to 3rd November, redeployment of forces was undertaken by 161 Infantry Brigade to consolidate the defences of Srinagar airfield. On 3rd November, the Battle of Badgam happened. In this, Major Somnath Sharma, while trying to beat back the raiders who were attempting to capture the Srinagar airfield, he died and he was awarded Paramveer Chakra later on. On 5th November, Major Kulwant Singh reached Srinagar and as he assumed the command of all forces. On 7th November, the Battle of Shalatang happened. There, the raiders were decisively beaten, and brigade advanced towards Patan and occupied Patan by about 2000 hours. This is a classical battle in which Brigadier L.P. Sen first enticed the raiders to come towards Srinagar, and then he had laid the trap for them and killed the raiders in large numbers. So this battle may find its place in the question for the exam. On 8th November, 161 Infantry Brigade occupied Baramula. On 13th November, 161 Infantry Brigade occupied Uri. Mora powerhouse started functioning. On 20th November, the brigade was asked to move towards Punch, and as a result, they started advancing towards Punch through the Haji Pir Pass. But the progress was slow. As a result, Tu Dogra, which was in the leading role, he had to uh, stop. The brigade had to stop at on 21st November. 161 Infantry Brigade plans for link up with Punch were given up because the bridge in between the Hajipir Pass and Punch city was burned down. J&K forces, after seeing the activity at Hajipir Pass, they feared that the raiders have come there. However, one Kumo on foot uh, went and linked up with the Punch forces. While coming back, 161 Infantry Brigade route was blocked by the raiders by burning down a wooden bridge at mile 7. On 22nd November, the raiders commenced attack on first Sikh positions at Uri. The attacks were successfully beaten back. On 24th November to 9th November, the pickets around Uri were subjected to repeated attacks. On 13th December, at the Battle of Bhatkiran, 1/6 Infantry Brigade suffered a reverse. They had a lot of casualties of 1/6. On 20th December, Bhatkiran was abandoned by the raiders due to the heavy interference by 161 Infantry Brigade and also the onset of the winters. In January 1948, an organization called Azad Kashmir Punch Battalions by the Pakistan was discovered. Pakistan also started resorting to the psychological warfare through by establishing the Azad Kashmir radio. The propaganda was both directed towards the population of the Kashmir and also towards the soldier. So you may find a question on the psychological warfare in the forthcoming promotion exam. On 1st March, Azad Kashmir Brigade was inducted with 3,000 tribesmen from the northwest frontier province opposite Uri sector. This Azad Kashmir Brigade kept concentrating themselves opposite the Rampur area or the other bank of the Jhelum river and with a plan to interdict the road between Baramula and Uri. The 161 Brigade came to know of it, but kept depicting that they are quite ignorant about it. So on 10th April, an intercept of the D-Day of the attack at Limbarnala which is opposite the Rampur, was received. It conveyed that 11th April will be their D-Day. As a result, 3 Garhwal was moved forward as per plan made earlier towards the Liberala, and the battle commenced on 10th April at 1900 hours. 11th April, 0.71 by 3 Garhwal. On the second day, that is on 12th April, 0.7706 was captured by 3 Garhwal. On 13th April, Kopra was captured by 4 Kumaon. The raiders of 4 AKP battalion, raiders and the 4 AKP battalion were completely surrounded at Limbarnala, and they suffered heavy casualties at the hands of 161 Infantry Brigade. On 14th April, 3 and 5 AKP battalion and 500 rifles deployed in Goshar and Badi Bag area were attacked and captured. On 19th May, 4 Kumaon captured Trangan. On 20th May, Salamabad and Dartkot features were captured by 4 Rajrev. On 20th May, Pandu and Point 6430 were captured. On 28th June, Pir Kanthi and Lady Gully were captured. A patrol from Lady Gully was sent forward, and it established contact with 1 Kumaon at Punch. On 20th July, the Pakistani forces attacked, and they were successful in recapturing Pandu Picket, Kazinak Ridge. In December 1948, Pir Kanthi and Lady Gully positions were evacuated by own forces due to the onset of winters. But the Pakistani forces immediately occupied. Now coming towards the Gilgit area, Brigadier Ghansara Singh was appointed governor of Gilgit on 30th July 1947. He, along with the Major General H.L. Scott, the Chief of Staff of J&K forces, arrived at Gilgit to formally take over the administration and the Gilgit Scouts. On 31st October, the governor's residence in Gilgit was surrounded by the Gilgit Scouts. The governor was placed under arrest, and a provisional government was established by the rebels. On 4th November, Major Brown, the British commandant of the Gilgit Scouts, hoisted the Pakistani flag on the Scouts barracks. On 21st November, political agent of Pakistan arrived, and he established his office at Gilgit. Advanced towards Tithwal. We had seen the advance of our forces to capture Pandu and also to capture the Islamabad feature. That was at the same time when the advance towards Tithwal was there. This was basically to advance ultimately towards Muzaffarabad. Tithwal being the shorter approach. So on 18th May, 163 Infantry Brigade commenced advance from Handwara for the capture of Tithwal. On 20th May, Chowkibal was captured by 1 Sikh. On 21st May, Nastachun Pass was captured by 1 Madras. On 23rd May, Tithwal was captured by 1 Sikh. The advance towards Tithwal was encountered with stiff resistance. On 1st June 1948, the enemy counterattacked in Tithwal sector, but it was successfully repelled. On 8th June 1948, second counter-attack was launched by the enemy, but it was also successfully beaten back. Now that brings us to the end of the part 1. Thank you.